Okay, how you doing, everybody? This is DJ Lee here, and I apologize for you not being able to see my face. I'm using my iPhone to record this, and I thought I could actually show my face and then flip things around and then go right to the video, but that didn't work out too good. But anyway, the reason I'm making this video is that I'm really excited. I discovered something that'll work really well for me, and hopefully you'll find it useful for you as well. You might remember a few posts back we talked about having a backup device plugged into your line 1 or line 2 out of your MC3000, and that the disadvantage of the system was that there was no way to monitor that device unless that device somehow had a stereo splitting option, such as DJ. And so one solution was to use a monster stereo splitter, which actually had a volume control. And I think everyone agreed that that was probably as good a solution as any. Well, there are times when I have occasion to do a performance or to play a gig at a performance where there are going to be dancers who will perform a routine. And occasionally they will give me a CD or they'll give me a USB to plug in to play. And I don't like plugging things into my system once it's all set up and ready to go. Obviously, I'll do it if I have to for my own needs. But the CDJ isn't actually a good option for me. A real inexpensive CDJ that I was able to pick up online was the Newmark NDX400. It's under $200 for this, and it's what a beast it is. I mean, it's a nice size. What I like about it is that not only does it have the ability to play MP3s and CDs, but it also has the ability to play USB as well. The disadvantage of it is that there is no way to monitor directly from the CDJ. So my remedy to that is to add the monster splitter to the mix. So basically what I have is I have my RCA cables plugged into the back of the CDJ, and that's coming out into a 1/8 plug. So it's a summed plug. It's a right-left RCA summed to a 1/8 plug, the same plug you'd use to plug into your headphone jack on your laptop. And then I'm using an adapter. It's a stereo adapter, which still carries the summed signal to the monster splitter. So now I have an actual stereo signal which is going to be split into two controllable ports. On one port I actually have my headphones. So my headphones are connected here, and off to the side I've got the volume set to as low as possible, because the signal coming directly out of the CDJ is a naked signal. There's no volume on it. It's just as loud as that CDJ can possibly play it. So until it gets to the mixer, there's no way to tone it down a bit. So this kind of acts as a little bit of a buffer to the headphones. Likewise, on the other side, I've got the volume turned all the way up, because that is going to my line 2. This is going to my mixer, to the MC3000. And then, of course, over there on the MC3000, I've got my volume control here, and I've got that turned all the way down, so I can do all my monitoring over there, and I'll only bring the mix in when I'm ready. And of course, I've got this set to channel 2 as well. So that's a really nice option. It works really nice. It's easy to set up. And just a little note here. I was looking for something online that would give me a little bit more positive control over the volume, and I found this iLove. It's kind of a cheapo thing here, and the reason I liked it is because you can't really see here, but it actually has more of a wheel volume control on it. And I thought, well, that'll give me a little bit more control of the volume, because these tabs, sometimes they're a little bit difficult to get adjusted to the right volume for the headphones, for example. So I'm going to continue to look for something that's a little bit different than this. But I got to tell you, when I plugged this thing in, the noise that I got in my system was not acceptable. So this would be good for just listening to your headphones with your girlfriend or your wife or your kids or whatever. But if you want a professional connection where there's very little to no noise, I plugged this back in and it quieted everything right back down. So hey, that's a little tip. Maybe you'll find something useful in this, and if not, maybe it'll spark some other ideas. All right? Anyways, that's it for me, DJ Professor Lee.